daily game plan for success. It's Sacks in the Morning. Steve Sacks.
Hi, Steve Sacks here with Sacks in the Morning. Welcome to Wednesday, the 24th of May. Today we're going to talk about being all in. Okay, it doesn't matter what it is. I mean, it could be a million different things. But I think being all in really does separate people. It separates the kind of wannabes with the people that are really serious. And being all in is just about making a commitment all the way, okay? And I liked the fact that I could look at people and tell when I was playing baseball, I could tell if they were all in or not. And the ones that were just kind of sticking their foot in the water and, giving it a shot, giving it the old college try, yeah, that's not going to get her done. And I really feel that it's this way in anything, whether it's your job, your relationships, your commitment to do just about anything. It's about being all in or not. I think people need to realize that if things go the way that you want them to go, obviously it was the right thing to do. You made the right decision. I had to do this when I was coming out of high school. Do I go to college or do I sign and play professional baseball? Well, I knew one thing. My cousin Tom, who was a draftee from the San Francisco Giants, he told me this one time as I was a bat boy for his team. He was, 10, 15 years older than us, and we really looked up to him, my brother and I. And I remember driving in his car, going to his baseball game. He says, the main thing I can tell you boys is this: do you have the desire? The desire is where it's at. And I remember him telling me that, and I did it kind of an immediate introspective. I was 10 years old, and I said, boy, I know I have the desire because I can feel it. I can feel it in my gut. And I always took that feeling, and I shot it forward. And I knew that if the desire was all it was, that it was just a matter of hard work. And so I used to measure it against other people that I know didn't have the same commitment, were maybe a little bit weaker in that category. And that always helped me out a lot more because I knew that I wasn't just kind of in, I wasn't somewhat in, I dove in all the way. And to me, it was about being obsessed. People talk about that too. Well, isn't being obsessed wrong? No, being obsessed is great. There is something special about people that are obsessed with something. And I'm not talking about obsession in a weird fact. I'm talking about the unbelievable desire to just go out and be the best that you can be and not be afraid to be successful, just to go out and just crush it. And I think that works in so many different areas. Being all in, I can just tell you this. If you're not all in, probably not going to happen. If you are all in, there's a shot that it's going to happen. It doesn't mean that you're guaranteed that it's going to happen. Well, I work hard. I work my tail off. It doesn't grant you anything. It just gives you an opportunity to get there. But it doesn't mean that you're automatically going to get there. But if you don't work your tail off and be all in, chances are it's not going to happen. And you know what? I think sometimes it's a harsh reality when people think about that. Well, you're talking about me to go out and put my eggs all in one basket. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not talking about in terms of, I think I'm going to buy all AT&T stock. No, you want to diversify. I'm not talking about that. So sometimes people say, well, you talked about putting your eggs in one basket. Yeah. When you talk about getting something out of your life, when you talk about accomplishing a goal, yeah, you need to put all your eggs in one basket. Otherwise, if you give a halfway try at something, you're going to get a halfway result. I mean, that's it. So I'm all about being all in. And if you scan the horizons and look at all these different examples of people that were all in and successful, it could be in sports, it could be as an actor or whatever, go ahead and read some stories about Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin was a friggin' genius. I mean, I love what this man had done. He knew every line, not only of his part, he knew every line of everybody in the film. And not only was Charlie Chaplin, the star actor, he also produced it. He was behind the camera. He was in front of the camera. He knew his lines. He knew everybody's lines in the whole play. He knew everybody's line in the whole film. That's how much he was into it. He was obsessed with it. Charlie Chaplin is one of the greatest stories you could ever read. Check that guy out and ask yourself, was he all in? And that is my short for today. If you like what you heard, give us a positive review, subscribe, and share. Also, remember that the Sacks in the Morning swag is now available on my Instagram site. Go to Sacks in the Morning _podcast. You'll see it right there on the Instagram, and just hit the link. Everything's there, mugs, hats, tumblers, you name it. Take advantage of it.